Hey everyone, welcome back and happy, Sunday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and this is gonna be a good one. Now, Britani Bateman, obviously, we know she's back, and listen, this she's calling the season batshit crazy. I think that there's a lot of things batshit crazy about this entire cast. But what I will give Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, like you guys know, I'm still friends with Monica Garcia. I'm friends with a few of the cast members, to be honest with you. Monica's not on the show, but I even still talk to Coach Shaw and send well wishes to Jen Shaw and hopefully, doing all of the work while she's away to come back and be a better person and a better place. So I'm always putting out positive. I believe in the universe, and if you put out positive, you get positive back, and if you put out negative, you get negative. I think it's manifestation, but here we go. All right, guys. So you remember Britani Bateman, who would like to sing and go like this and say, "Here I am, and I'm doing this, and I'm telling you what's going on, and now you can see a world of imagination." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what are you doing, girl? And I feel like that's how we're always looking at her. We're always looking at her a little bit sideways. But after 2 years on and off, Jared Osmond officially broke up with Britney, and he delivered the news via a voice memo, which, let me just say, is such a bitch move. Like, if you want to break up with somebody, you do it like a man. If you're a man, if you're a woman and you're afraid of, or if you're anybody, a man, or it doesn't matter, however you identify, if you are someone who is afraid of that person and you're afraid that they could potentially harm you, so you don't want to have that conversation in person, that is one thing. But if you're just like a playboy and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to break up with you via voice memo because I don't want to have this conversation, I just think it's like, if you really care about somebody, afford them the right to have a freaking conversation. Tell them, listen, you're not my person. That's okay. I respect you. We've had 2 great years together. I love you as a person. I don't want to spend my life with you. I know that this is a hard conversation, but that's called being an adult. Not every conversation is going to be easy. That's life. You have ups and downs. But when you sit there and you send a voice memo, or if I wanted to divorce Jason tomorrow, which I don't, by the way, tomorrow's Jason's birthday, so this is funny timing. But I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I can't do this anymore. And, I think that you're an amazing person, but I do want to get a divorce. And I packed my stuff and I'm going to leave the house. And I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me. It's like, no, you're a bitch. Like, I'm not saying Jared is a bitch. I'm not labeling him as that. I'm saying people who operate in this way, you're operating under the guise of bitch assness. That's how I feel. And it's the same thing when I had been watching the Real Housewives of Miami, seeing how Todd Napola did Alexia Echevarria, waiting for her to exit the home while Frankie was still in the home, and him and his daughter, who I think his daughter's gorgeous, and I think that she articulated her TikTok very, very well in the messages that she sent, because she felt like her dad got a bad rap. And I think that I commend her for sticking up for her dad, because I feel like families should stick together. But like, if you're going to do that, there's something wrong. Like, that's not cool. I just don't agree with it. I'm not a proponent of that. I think it's bullshit. And I saw Todd do it, and now we're watching Jared do it. Now, despite their breakup, apparently they remain amicable, acknowledging that while they care for each other, they're just not compatible long term. But Britney also talked about Bronwyn Newport, because there's a lot of drama coming out with Bronwyn Newport with her alleged identity theft scandal. And she said, or at least hinted, that that's going to come into play this season. Yeah, you want to know why? Because that was a story that was planted for this season. So for people who don't know, normally, if a cast member brings up something, to production and they say, oh, okay, well, Bronwyn has this whole identity theft scandal, they'll say, okay, well, right now we're painting you as this good person. We can't have you go in there and do this. But if it hits the press, then yes, then it creates a bigger conversation and it hits page 6 and you guys can talk about it. So normally what they do is they plant these stories, or they at least leak the stories of the information to the press, whether it's page 6, OK Magazine, Us Weekly, doesn't matter, major media outlets. And when they plant these stories, they're literally giving them to them for the sole purpose of being able to utilize those stories in their freaking show. It's genius. And that's exactly what happened here. Bronwyn, you got, girl. But when asked directly if Bronwyn's identity story will be addressed, she simply responded, maybe, indicating that viewers should expect some dramatic reveals. But she was demoted from full cast member to a friend of. This was last season, and Britney revealed that producers filmed a Christmas episode with her, but it was completely cut from the show. And she's been waiting for the episode to air so she could share her holiday themed content, but it quietly disappeared. So that didn't happen for her. But as far as this season, she said the upcoming season is batshit crazy, pretty much hinting that there's a wild plot lineup and unexpected cast dynamics, which I believe because Salt Lake City always gives us that. And she did praise the showrunner Lori and the team, calling them a creative powerhouse who filmed intentionally with editing in mind, making this one of the most intensive seasons yet. Well, intense seasons yet. I just like, I'm like sitting here and I'm processing in my mind, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is going to be intensive. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. Guys, by the way, it is only 6:30 in the morning here. I'm getting ready to go out with Jason today, so I'm trying to get my videos done. It was another one of those days where he was like, "You're taking a day off." And I said, "Okay." But I'm not. But okay. But no. I'm sure it will be intense because Salt Lake City, they have a great way about them of just not sharing what the storylines are. So out of all of this, really, it's just Britney's breakup with Jared. I guess this seems like a definitive end as of right now because they've been on and off again for a long time. I don't know if it really is definitive, but we'll find out. And Bronwyn's identity scandal, I think that will be a major plot line in season 5. And hopefully we'll find out soon if Britney is going to be full-time or part-time. We don't know, friend of or a full-time housewife, but she's describing the season as unfiltered and explosive. So we'll be the judge of that. I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. I love you guys. Bye.